So in the past 6 months, if you had a student visa and you are on any other visa, then also you can apply for this visa. And if your student visa was cancelled, like some people their case goes to AAT because of the refusal or cancellation, then the AAT should have returned your file to the department, and you need to apply for this visa within 28 days. So this is the basic eligibility, to apply for this visa. Okay. So what is the study requirement? First of all, whatever course you are doing should be a Cracker's registered course. And you should have successfully completed this course requirement. The course must be in English, and the course should have been completed in at least 2 years or 92 weeks of study. And you should have done this course at least for 16 calendar months while you are in Australia. For example, if a course is registered, like Cricos registered for 92 weeks or 104 weeks, that is 2 years, and you fast track it and complete it in 16 calendar months, it's still acceptable. Okay, so and you held an Australian study visa that allowed you to stay in Australia. So that's one of the major criteria. Other than that, the course or courses which you are doing must have resulted in a degree, diploma, or a trade qualification. So for trade qualifications, we need certificate 3 or 4. For degrees, of course, we need a bachelor or a master's. And for diploma, we can use a advanced diploma or a diploma, right? Okay, so what you need to do once you have completed your study, then you need to nominate one of the occupations which is on the medium and long term strategic skill list. Uh, you need to nominate one of that occupation, and you should have a degree, diploma, or a trade qualification which is closely related to that occupation, and should be assessed by the relevant skill authority. So this should be a pre-skill assessment. So you don't need a full skill assessment to apply for this. And the degree, diploma, or a trade qualification which is closely related means, um, for example, if you are doing a certificate 3-4 in cookery and then you do a diploma in hospitality, it's acceptable. But if you do a diploma in management, it's not acceptable. Similar, if you are doing a certificate 3-4 in painting, and you're doing a diploma in building and construction, specialization in construction, then it's acceptable. But if you are doing a diploma in management, in construction management, it's not acceptable. So you need to find a course which is a like a similar course or is a related course. Okay, so what are the other requirements? Other requirements for this visa would be IELTS or PT score of 6 overall and not less than 5 in each. Other tests which are eligible are TOEFL, OET, Cambridge, C1 advanced test. So these are also acceptable, and they should have equivalent to IELTS 6 bands. You need a valid health insurance, maybe a OSHC or a OVHC. You need a valid Australian Federal Police clearance. You need a completion letter. You need a provisional skill assessment from the relevant authority. In most of the case, it's TRA, but yeah, you need to see what relevant authority can assess for you. And most important of this is that all these requirements which we have discussed in the previous slide, they are at the time of application requirements. So if you are making your application now and you don't have a valid health insurance, or you don't have a valid IELTS, or your completion letter is not with you, you should not apply for this visa. And if you'll apply for this visa, you'll definitely get a rejection for that. So all these requirements recommendably should be completed a day before you want to apply for this visa. So if I want to apply for this visa today, I need to get all these things, which is like in the previous slides, which is like IELTS or PTE or a valid health insurance or AFP or a completion letter or a skill assessment. You should have either applied for it or it should be with you like a day before, right? So this is very, very important for this visa. There are like the department has given no concession due to COVID-19 on this one. So you should be careful while you are doing this, okay? Okay. And with this, of course, if you means you need to have all these requirements beforehand. And like once you have applied for this file, you cannot upload those documents like in the file. I mean, you can upload it. They allow you to upload the documents, but they will not be accepted by the case officer. Okay. All right. So we start with a job ready program from TRA. All right. So job ready program, as you all know or maybe not knowing, is a program which is there, which you need to complete to get a skill assessment. It gives you a 5 points in your overall when you apply for your permanent residency, and also gives you a valid skill assessment. So this program is divided into 4 parts. The first part is a provisional skill assessment. Second part is a job ready program, job ready employment. Third part is job ready workplace assessment, and the fourth part is job ready final assessment. So when you apply for 485, you need to have or applied for a provisional skill assessment. That is step one. So before you apply for a 485 visa, you need to have a provisional skill assessment, or you have applied for a provisional skill assessment. All right. So let's discuss all this like one by one. So what's provisional skill assessment? Provisional skill assessment is an assessment which you do before you apply for a 485 visa. And for this, the eligibility of this is that you have held an international student visa to study in Australia, a completed qualification relevant to an occupation assessed by the TRA and awarded by a CRI course. So you should have completed a CRI course registered course, and then you can apply through TRA, right? And then you must have evidence of 360 hours of employment or a vocational placement relevant to your qualification, or you can say the nominated occupation within the last 3 years. So even if you have completed those 360 hours in the last 3 years, they are still acceptable, but it should have been completed after you have completed your course, like the skill, course of certificate 3 or certificate 4, depending upon whatever you are doing. Okay. And anything else? Yeah, that's about it. And then job ready employment, that's the second part of this. So to do a job ready employment, like what you need to do is for the let's go in here first for the PSA. So for applying for a PSA, what you do is you go to the TRA website, you make your portal, and then you fill up the relevant forms and you upload your documents, right? And then you send an email to the department that you have done everything, right? And after that, on the same portal, when you have a successful outcome of a PSA, then you start your job ready program, or job ready employment. So you for this you should have successfully completed your PSA. Your PSA outcome should be positive, and then you hold or have lodged an application with the Department of Affairs for a visa that should have full work rights or unrestricted work rights. So that's probably in your case would be a 485 visa, and you should have secured an eligible employment in your nominated occupation, and you can still apply for a job ready employment if you are less than 4 months remaining. So so once you are about to finish, like for example, you have already done your PSA, and you are still studying for your diploma, okay, and you have 4 months remaining, you can at that stage you can apply for your job ready employment, so it is acceptable. So that gives you a head start than others if you applied early. Okay, and then what are the requirements to complete a JRE? So to complete a JRE, you need to be working with your employer, right? With the employer. Okay, yeah. So you should be working with your employer or be contracted. If you are doing a trade course, you can be a contractor. So it doesn't really need to be you to be an employee. You can be a trade contractor as well, as far as the trades are. Uh, the trade courses are in a construction field. So you must have completed at least 1725 hours of paid employment in a minimum of 12 months. So you should complete 1725 hours in the 12 months to complete a job ready employment. And between this, when you are doing this, every quarterly you need to submit your progress report with the department, right? Okay, so the next part for this is job ready workplace assessment. So that's the third step. The purpose of job ready workplace assessment is to determine whether you are operating at a required skill level for the occupation you have nominated. So what they will assess you in this is that you have the required skill to be granted a full skill assessment. So this is done in the third step, which is a job ready workplace assessment. So when you can apply for this? So from those 1725 hours which we discussed in here, when you have completed 863 hours, you can apply for this stage 3 workplace assessment, right? Also, the minimum 6 months of the completed documentation quarterly you have to submit, or the employment verification report you have to submit like quarterly, right? So you should keep on doing this, and when you have completed it 63 hours, you can apply for assessment, right? So yeah, so at least 863 hours of paid employment should have been completed when you apply for this step, right? Okay, so workplace assessment. When the assessment people come to your workplace, what they will look for, because most of the students, they have questions, like they are scared, like what they'll ask me, what they'll do. So this is like a small scenario, like small examples I can give you, like what they can ask you for. So first of all, they'll check for the ability of yours to perform the tasks in the for the task in your what are there in your trade. So they'll check your ability to follow the directions. They'll check how you plan your work. They'll check your skills um, in the nominated field. They'll check your understanding of the workplace. um, they'll check what role are you playing in your workplace. your language, your terminology, what kind of language or terminology is used in the workplace, um, and whether you are following the Australian standards or regulations or not. How good are you in solving problems? Do you ask questions or not? Are you working well with others? And are you using your equipments or resources effectively? Also, they can, above all these, they can ask you questions, they can observe your practical skills. So this is how they'll assess you at the workplace assessment, right? So you need to be prepared for all these things. Okay, so the next part is the job ready final assessment. So once your workplace assessment comes out to be positive, then you can apply for your final assessment. And yeah, this is the last step of your assessment as in a job ready program. Okay, so there are like frequent questions which are asked by the students. So I want to, sorry, I thought that I should answer these beforehand. Okay, so you can claim 3 months of consecutive 3 months of experience of paid employment in your second in your job ready employment. So once you have done a PSA and you are about to start your job ready employment, you can claim up to like 3 months of employment beforehand. Contractors are also eligible to apply for this job ready employment, but in the construction field only. Um, during the this program, you can change up to 5 employers. So if you are means if the employer is not gelling well with you, you can change the employer. But the maximum allowable changes are 5, and you need to be for every change you need to be telling the department that you have changed your employer. You have to fill up the form. For a new employer, you must be working for 1 month before you can apply for a workplace assessment. So if you have completed your hours like 863 hours and you want to change your employer, you can change your employer, but for then the assessment will be delayed for 1 month, right? Because you need to be working in your with your new employer for at least 1 month. So what we can do for you, so if you want to do this program, we can give you an expert advice on this one. If you want to study with some colleges, we can get you scholarship, we can get you fee discounts, and of course we give free migration advice as well. And also above this, what we are doing, we are running free IELTS or PT classes. That's online. You can go to our Facebook page and see that the links, or you can call us to get the link of free PT or IELTS classes. We are doing free student visa. Of course, we are giving free migration advice, discount and scholarship on admissions. And we are our offices are in Melbourne, Sydney, South Australia, Queensland. You can call us on 0396631318. And also this one I want to announce on in here, that we are giving free dry grocery pack to any student or temporary visa holder who are in a financial hardship due to COVID-19. So please talk to our on the number which I have given you, 0396631318 at our Melbourne office, and talk to us and tell us in what problem are you, and we can help you out in that. Please like us, like our Facebook page as well for more discounts. Sorry, for more updates. Thank you for that. Thank you for joining us. And if you have any questions, you can ask me now.
Hi, sir.
Hello.
I have a question regarding duration of 485 visa.
Yeah.
So I have done my master's in public health. So what will be the duration of my 485 visa?
So for public health, that's the master course, or you have done a bachelor's, then your 485 visa. If you have done it from the non-regional area, like from the metro region, duration is 2 years or
Okay.
24 months.
So I've done from Melbourne,
Yeah, so 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, yeah.
And can I apply for a police check before taking my IELTS test?
Yes, of course you should. Yeah.
Okay. And about the provisional skill assessment, do I have to go for it? I mean, because I've done masters in public health, can I still apply for 485 visa, or I
Yeah.
have to apply
Sorry,
for?
what's your name?
Yash Kiran.
Yeah, Yashkaran. Actually, this session was for the trade course. This was
Mm-hmm.
focusing on the trade course. If you have done a master's, you don't really need a skill assessment.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so you can omit that part.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
If you have further questions, you can call me at the office. The number I have already given you, and we can discuss your case. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, Rodrigo.
Hi, sir.
Hello.
So in the certificate for in commercial cookery, we have done our work placement.
Yeah.
If that count in the 325, it will be counted or not? The hours before we apply for TR, we should have to do that one.
Yeah. So if you have completed certificate 4 in
Yep.
commercial cookery,
Yep.
and after that, whatever the time you have worked as a chef or a cook is counted. But if you have worked before that, before the completing of certificate 4, then it's not counted.
No, I mean that in the part of certificate 4, there is a work placement.
Yeah.
We should have to fill up all the logbook and all these sort of things.
Yeah.
Will that be counted or not?
Yeah, that can be counted.
Oh, it will be counted. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So if it is above your if it is not a part of your assessments, then yes, if it is counted.
No, I mean that it is the part of the course. The certificate 4 is the final part of the certificate for work placement is the final part.
No. Then it is not counted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
No worries. Yes, please. You can unmute your mic and ask the question.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Advanced diploma, you say advanced diploma on crickets count for the visa or doesn't count?
Advanced diploma does count for visa, but it should be related to your certificate 3 or 4, whatever you have done.
Yeah, I have a bachelor in business, a software development diploma, and advanced diploma in business analysis and technology.
This combination may not work. Rodrigo, if you have done a bachelor's and then you have done few diplomas, then it may not work.
Why? If it's on the crickets list, it's technology, most of it's business and technology.
Yeah, so like for your assessment, how will you do the assessment first?
Don't know. And also 485,
yeah,
there is 2 types of visas. Which one is the one you mentioned?
This one is for the graduate stream. This one is not the post-study. If your question is regarding the post-study, you can call me and I can let you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Call me, Rodrigo, and we can discuss that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. Anybody else?
Hi, sir.
Yeah. Hi.
So my question is that I came to Australia with my husband on a 485 visa as he had completed his degree.
Yeah.
So his visa expired and now we have applied for study visa and I'm studying in Australia. And he is dependent on my visa, student. So can I afterwards or after my student visa has expired, can I apply for 485 visa again, as I came as a dependent on a dependent visa 485?
Yes, of course you can.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yes, anybody else?
Thank you.
All right, thanks. So if you have any other query, if your questions are not answered here, or if you have any migration advice which you need to take, do call us on in our office. And if you want to discuss your case with us, you are most welcome to phone as well. And also, please do like our Facebook page so that you can get all the updates. Right? Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you talk now?
No, give me a minute.
Sir, you are too